What if I told you the most dangerous weapon in your romantic relationship isn't the heated argument over unpaid bills, but the 15-second reel you posted while sitting on the couch right next to them? Today, we're talking about something we have all seen. Many of us have suffered from, and if we're being brutally honest with ourselves, a few of us have actually weaponized. We're talking about using social media to publicly humiliate, mock, or call out your partner. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and you can catch us on all your favorite platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can also listen to our episodes on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and our home right here at Podbean. And folks, we want to hear from you. If you're interested in being a guest or contributing or just saying hello, please reach out to us at catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. That's catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. Join the community today and be part of something truly transformative. Welcome to episode 156, The Public Double Tap, Love, Shame, and the Scroll. Okay, so let me paint a picture for you. A friend of mine, let's call her Sarah. Sarah was sitting at dinner with her boyfriend, Mark. Now, Mark accidentally dropped his fork, spilled a little sauce on his shirt, and stumbled over his words while ordering. Classic, harmless human klutziness, right? Except Sarah immediately pulled out her phone and recorded a 10-second video of Mark trying to dab the stain out with his shirt, adding a cry-laughing emoji with the caption, "Can't take this child anywhere. Hashtag dating a doofus." And then hit post. Yes, Mark saw this about 20 minutes later, and he didn't yell. He did what most people do. He went quiet. The air in the room completely shifted, and he gently told her it made him feel small. But Sarah brushed it off. "Come on, it's just a joke. Don't be so sensitive." But guess what, folks? We all know it wasn't a joke. It was a micro humiliation masquerading as comedy. And we've seen it much too often. We see this all the time under the guise of relatable relationship content. We post the messy bedroom, the snoring video, the screenshot of a clumsy text message, or worse, a passive-aggressive quote aimed directly at their flaws. We trade our partner's dignity for dopamine. We auction off our intimacy for a few comments that say, "OMG, mine does the same thing." Really? Unbelievable. Now, let's stop sugarcoating this. Why the hell are we doing this? Why? When we publicly embarrass the person we claim to love, it's rarely just about being funny. It's usually about control, validation, or emotional cowardice. It's hard to sit across from somebody and say, "Hey, when you forgot to pick up after yourself, I feel uncared for." That requires vulnerability. That requires risk. You know what doesn't require risk? Or risk, not whisk. That's a laundry detergent. We're talking about risk, right? Do you know what doesn't require risk? Posting passive-aggressive memes on your Instagram stories that say, "Looking for a partner who actually knows how dishwashers work," and waiting for your friends to validate your resentment. Brene Brown famously wrote in Daring Greatly, "Shame is the most powerful master emotion. It's the fear that we're not good enough." When you humiliate your partner online, you aren't correcting their behavior. Not at all. You're flooding them with shame. And you're taking an issue that belongs inside the sacred boundaries of your relationship and invite thousands of strangers into your jury box. Here's the brutal truth. Shame never inspires positive change. It only creates defensive walls. We've seen this from the video of the woman who says, "I don't cook for my husband. I don't do his laundry. I don't feed his kids that are in the same house as me. What are we doing?" Or the poor guy who was sitting on the porch with this spool of wire And he's had this spool of wire for all of his life, and it's down to the last few pieces of wire. And he's relating that to his time on Earth. And what does his wife do while she's filming the video? Oh, I thought you were just upset about the Jets game. Don't understand why you're sitting out here. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? All it does is create defensive walls. And we need to stop it. We need to stop it right now. In fact, there's a 2003 study on digital behavior in relationships. It found that over 62% of young adults reported feeling genuinely hurt or betrayed by the content their partner shared about them online without any kind of consent. Yet nearly half of those people never spoke up because they were afraid of being labeled as oversensitive. Think about that for a second. Seriously, think about that for a second. We are literally training people we love to hide their feelings from us because we've made our audience more important than their safety. You're in a relationship with a person who's supposed to be your best friend, a person who's you can be yourself with, you could pretty much be a dork, and you show how much you love them by posting something to embarrass them. And this hits me hard because I've dealt with this on more than one occasion with a relationship, and it's hurtful. And you want to say something and you don't. And with me being a former nice guy, I never did. I just took it and ate it and sat with it. Not anymore. Not anymore. If you're going to disrespect me, whether in person or online, I'm going to make sure 100% we are going to address it and most likely end it. Because no one deserves to be treated like that. I love the book Black Sheep. Brent Menswar talks heavily about choosing your deliberate values and standing by them, even when it's uncomfortable. He challenges us to figure out what is our non-negotiable. Example, if one of your core values is loyalty or respect, but your digital footprint is a graveyard of lighthearted jabs at your partner's expense, there is a massive, massive disconnect there, my friend, and you're living out of alignment. Consider this other real-world scenario, right? Dave and Elena. Dave loved working on vintage cars, but he wasn't very good at it, right? One Saturday, he accidentally wired something wrong and set off a tiny smoke alarm in a driveway. Elena caught it on video. Now, Elena had two choices. Option A, post with the caption, "Mechanic of the Year over here," for 500 likes. Or B, keep the camera down, laugh with him private, and help him clean it up. Elena chose option B. Why? Simple. She realized something crucial. Intimacy thrives in the dark. Intimacy built on moments that don't make it to the feed. When you make habit of publicly roasting your partner, you destroy what psychologists call psychological safety. Your partner starts to edit themselves around you. I am so familiar with that. You want to watch what you say and how you say because of what's going on. You stop being yourself. You stop being goofy. You stop being a dork. You stop being vulnerable. And then you stop trying new things because you're terrified that the next mistake is going to end up as content. You trade long-term trust for short-term engagement. And honestly, that is a fucking terrible exchange rate. So how do we fix this? How do we audit our habits and rebuild that sacred boundary around our relationships? We aren't just talking about today. We're going to do something about it, right? We're not just going to talk. I want to leave you with a simple, practical tool that you can start using today, which is called the Digital Sanctuary Test. Okay? It's the Digital Sanctuary Test. Now, before you post anything that involves, mentions, or references your partner, a photo, a joke, a video, or even an indirect quote, run it through these 3 filters. If you've got a pen and a paper, your smartphone, wherever you want to do, write these down. These 3 filters, you want to run it through. So before posting anything, you want to run it through these 3 filters. Number 1, the consent filter. The consent filter. Did I ask them if they are genuinely cool with this being public, or am I just assuming? Number 1, consent filter. Okay? Number 2, The intent filter. The intent filter. Am I posting this to celebrate them, or am I just posting this to poke fun, vent, or get validation for my annoyance? The intent filter. Finally, the living room filter. The living room filter. If we were standing in a room full of our mentors, bosses, and loved ones, would I say this to their face in front of everyone? If the answer to any of those makes you hesitate, delete. Keep it for yourself and let it be an inside joke, a shared memory, or a private conversation. It's not for everyone, especially if you're dealing and doing something with someone you supposedly love. Okay, folks, before we wrap this up, I want to challenge you to create a 24-hour digital sanctuary, okay? A 24-hour digital sanctuary, all right? So here's what we're going to do. For the next 24 hours, stick with me. For the next 24 hours, don't post a single thing about your partner. Instead, take one thing you were tempted to share online, a funny moment, a cute photo, or even a piece of feedback, and give it directly to them in private. Directly to them. Protect their dignity, choose their trust over the algorithm. Do you think you have what it takes to do it? Do you think you have what it takes to do either one of those? Prove me right that you do, because I know there's good in you. And when you are made aware of things, you take it to heart and you make the changes that you need to make. And you were meant to do great things. Folks, whew, man, thank you for sitting with me through this uncomfortable truth today. We see it all the time. It's rampant. And if you can do your part to end it and stop it, the world is going to be a much, much better place. Now, if this episode hit you a little close to home, do me a favor. Share it with one friend you know who is currently building a color-coded spreadsheet to avoid their life. Right? Let's help each other one step at a time. And as always, keep showing up. The world needs you. Like and subscribe to our podcast for even more motivational content. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok for even more inspiration. And if you're ready to rethink the way you handle tough decisions and relationships and life's tensions, pick up my book, The Way of Compromise. It is out now. It's on ebooks and paperback, and it's designed to make you see things differently. Folks, thank you so very much for joining us for episode 156. I look forward to seeing you next time for episode 157. Go be great.